Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kartika Zalzabil. I am fifth semester student at University of Muhammadiyah, Bogor, Raya. Today, I would like to share or discuss one topic that I chose in journal with the title is Guided Reading Strategies for Struggling Learner. Me, as a learner, I also feel struggle when I learning especially when I learn when I in campus like I'm struggle with reading, listening, speaking, and yeah. So I chose the topic because I feel relatable with that. Me as learner. Okay. So the background why I chose this topic because reading is a fundamental skills for academic success and many students still struggle with reading comprehension like I said before and post-pandemic learning loss evac reading development. Yeah, with the last point I also agree because I also feel evac when pandemic and yeah post pandemic learning loss evac reading development. So the reason why I chose saying the article beside the background, yeah, the first is relevant to English education field, of course. So why I chose this topic because also I join with my course is reading, and I think this article also relate for my course. And the second is focuses on struggling learner. Me as learner, I also felt struggles when I learn and provide practical classroom strategies. And the last is support future teaching practice. Okay, so the focus skills from this article to enhance our reading skills, of course, because in this topic, explain about the challenges and something like that. And the second focus is about emphasize on guided reading strategies. How to read as well, how to read very good and something like that. Okay, so the definition of guided reading. Guided reading is a structured and differentiated approach to reading instruction in which teacher guide student through reading strategies appropriate to their abilities level to improve fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. Uh, Beside enhance reading skills, but also appropriate to ability level to improve fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. Research objective in this article improve reading strategies, analyze abilities based on learner profile. So that the research objective. Keyword. So the keyword is guided reading strategies, struggling learner, fluency development, vocabulary development, and comprehension strategies. So this is the focus in this article beside the focus skills. Okay, program overview. I'm so sorry. Next, explanation of keyword. So they are first is fluency. Fluency is reading accurately and smoothly. So in this article, uh, we hope student can be able to reading accurately and also smoothly. So the names is fluency. And second is comprehension. Student can be able understanding meaning of the text, what they read and something. And then schema, pure knowledge stored in the brain. So how student can understand about the meaning of the text and yeah how the brain is work and something. Yeah. Okay, so the methodology from this article, this portion present a discussion of the research methodology used, the subject and respondent of the study, the research instrument used, the validity and reliability of the instrument, the produce for data gathering, and the statistical tools and procedures for data analysis. So basically the methodology is research methodology. Yeah. And also have a respondent. Okay, so the area guided reading. The first is fluency development, vocabulary development, and comprehension strategies. Okay, let's to findings. In slide before, the areas of guided reading, there are three. Fluency development. So let's see what the finding of fluency development. Udah. First, overall means the high level and common strategies, repeated reading, reading aloud, and least use parrot reading. So the findings from the respondent when part of fluency development. So overall man, the student or respondent have a high level for the fluency development. And so the common strategies is repeated reading. So respondent repeated reading and also reading aloud. And least use is parrot reading. Okay. Okay, let's see the second areas of guided reading. Is it about vocabulary development? Okay, let's see what the findings of vocabulary development. So in this finding the vocabulary development, respondents have a overall mean is high level. So the vocabulary uh, have enhanced and effective strategies that word exposure and context clues sorry and list uses word game. So beside of reading, teacher also give word game that with the function with the purpose to enhance the vocabulary from the student or from the respondent. Yeah. And the last area of guided reading is comprehension strategies. So let's see. For the comprehension strategies, overall respondent have overall man with high level and effective strategies is inference, predicting, and paraphrasing. So there are three effective strategies for comprehension strategies, and least use is skimming and also scanning. So, student, as a teacher, give a rule or give a something to student can skimming and scanning. Yeah, repeat reading, reading loud from game and something. So, as a teacher, also haven't known about the background of the participant or the student, because we need to fix or we need to choose how we need to choose the method that can be for the background of the student. Yeah. Okay, so uh, beside of the area, yeah, area of guided fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension, there are also findings based on age and sex. So based on age and sex, they have a findings no significant differences, no significant differences between participant or between respondent, and also strategies effective for all gender and age. Yeah, before like skimming and scanning, and then game, and then parrot reading like rapid reading, reading aloud. That strategies effective for all genders and age. Finding based on parents' education, significant different founds. So we are have a different differences founds, like higher parental education support better reading skills when the background parents, yeah, parents education, higher parental education can be support for the children or the student, especially for reading skills, because maybe if the parents have a higher education, they have a experience, they also have a experience how to learn reading skill, how to enhance reading skill, how to listening, speaking, reading, writing, and yeah. So the parents education or the background of the parents education, it's also important to reading, it's also important to the children. Yeah, because in house teacher cannot be or teaching every day, every time, every second. So when student go home, the teacher is the parents, so the background of the parent education is very important. Okay, so the finding based on grade level, significant differences across grade, of course. uh, Meskipun the way is same, but uh, each grade level have a differences. Yeah, like first grade, second grade, third grade, and kuliah, or yeah, campus, that have a significant differences. Higher grades show better reading development, like I said before, of course, because for example, sixth grade, uh, the student sixth grade in sixth grade that show better reading development because they start they has understanding about what of the text, mereka sudah paham. So the discussions of this topic is guided reading strategy are effective, need adjustment based on learner background, and no single strategy fits all learner. That that's the discussions. An implication for teacher use flexible and varied reading strategies, provide target support for struggling learner, encourage active reading participant. And implication for school, collaboration between teacher and school head. I think all need also also need to collaboration with parents and continuous monitoring of struggling reader and reading intervention program. So the conclusion in this article is guided reading strategies are highly implemented. Effectiveness depend on grade level and parental education, and teacher play a crucial role. Enough for today and enough for these videos. Thank you very much for listening or hearing me. I hope we can meet again in another video. Thank you very much for your attention. See you in another video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.